No, I'd like to call the meeting for the Capital Improvement Committee to order for Tuesday, February 21st, 2023 at 2 PM. You'll see in our packet, the first thing that's in there, Ellie, you had asked what the Chapter 90 was, so I had Jean give us that.
Oh, over a year.
Yeah, it's like 10 years. See that it fluctuates anywhere from, the low was 262, $362,988 to $367,707. So it averages right around.
Are there any extra pens around here?
I'll get you one here.
Thank you.
We had, the next thing we have in there, we had a submittal from building maintenance.
Yeah. So it doesn't go up at all.
The Chapter 90, no, it fluctuates right around there. That's why last year when we decided to stop putting that into our budget, we
Yeah.
used 360 for it, just for a
Yeah.
round number.
That's amazing.
Hopefully someday it goes up. So anyways, we have some submittals from building, cable, the submittals from cable aren't things that are for our immediate future, it's just stuff that's going to be coming up. So just wanted to have it into the list of things that we have.
Capital, you mean?
For cable, for cable, yeah.
Cable?
Yeah,
Where does it say?
Right on the top, on the capital request form.
Cable. I guess I'm not to that page yet.
yeah,
There we go.
there is one.
If the stuff's all mixed up, I was the copy clerk today.
And he's got a list of,
I traumatized the copier, so whatever came out, came out.
and there's other things from Pat, from cable.
This is a new thing. Thought they were supposed to pay for everything.
And
Yeah,
it
so the-
says,
So far, those are the only two things that got added to our
What's the RR?
list this week.
stands for Mike, it does. What's the cable
RRA account.
under cable?
What is the RRA account?
It says this project will be funded 100% through the cable RRA fund.
Okay. Yes, Pat?
I'm not sure if that's the proper term, but that's what we use for finance. It's the reserve for appropriation. So it's like our account.
Yeah.
So it's not coming from the town budget.
Yeah,
Okay, so it is all.
It's
paid.
self-funded, yeah. We just go through the capital process.
Process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think in the, if I may, I think in the past, we asked even if boards got grants that they included, so we,
oh, absolutely, it's just like,
same idea.
last week for the ambulance for arguments like
Right.
that. That was, it's on our capital list, but hopefully the majority of it, well, part of it comes out of the enterprise fund, receipts,
Well, they call it reserve receipts for,
research. Yeah.
that's the term Dean likes to use.
Yeah, there's a bunch of.
And they say that's not an enterprise fund, but I guess,
Yeah,
I guess water sewers are different, but they think they call that an enterprise.
If they do.
So they can make interest off of it, where the other ones, they can't.
That- I don't want to even guess on that.
Oh, I wouldn't.
It's sort of like Gene, you know, I'm not giving you that information. I don't know. Not off the top of my head, it'll be held against me.
bear with me for a minute.
All right, mine was not collated correctly, Mike. I didn't have that last.
I would entertain a motion to fire the copy person that was
The
used for
collator?
today only.
No,
And that would be me, and I'll second that motion.
no.
You should just defer it to the vice chair. Yeah, I'll break it too.
He'll break it too.
I used to have this woman working for me who was a good churchgoer, and she always talked about collations at her church. I think it was like if after a funeral or something, they had a
Right.
collation. I said, well, what do they do with these things? You know, sort papers or what?
Okay.
So we have 5 weeks before we have to go in front of the, we don't.
Finance?
I just-
Oh,
I
this
have to.
is- this
I have to
wasn't
go
related
before
directly.
finance with what our recommendations are. So we should think about our schedule since we don't have much to go over today. Nobody came to present anything, they just submitted it, which is fine. We'll decide who we need to come in to see us after the 28th of this month. That's the deadline to submit any requests to us. That way we can cut it off. Then we'll have the 4 weeks to prep for finance. So, thinking of that, why don't we think about what we want to do for a schedule instead of waiting until each meeting and say, all right, what are we doing next week? Can we look out? What do we think we may need? Do you think we'll need 3 meetings to make a decision on our 5-year plan as well as evaluate the next couple years to see where we are with that?
Is the school going to come in and present, or?
I'm not chasing anybody around. I asked Lisa to put it out there to everybody and have them submit what they need to submit. I had her send a reminder that the 28th is the deadline for that. I did meet with the superintendent of schools, Courtney, the business manager, and Jeff Collette as well, and just explained to them the mindset of how we're going forward with this stuff. I don't want to get in what their topics are because they're not here presenting it. But they have an issue with it. Basically what it comes down to over the next 2 years, if you have something that's very urgent and you need to exchange it with something else that was on that list, you need to justify why you can take that first thing off the list. And what are you going to do with it? Where's it going? Is it put onto the following year? Is it put out 3 years out? Which raises another question, is if we can push it out 3 years, why was it on the list so urgent last year? So anyways, they'll do their homework and figure it out and come to us, I hope, with their list of things, whatever it is they want to do. Yes, Ellie?
No, I am.
All right.
Good.
So Mike, when it comes to the 5-year,
We have to add a year.
you sense that we're going to change a lot of what we did last time?
I don't have a sense that we're going to change anything.
Okay.
It's just, I personally don't want to be resistant to everybody and say, I don't want to change nothing. But I think, in fairness, I think because of the process that we had last year, we felt those first 2 years, we did a pretty good job and thought they were all urgent. And everything changes, I get all that. So I would just like to justify why we're going to change things on the list, if that's what the case is going to be.
Yeah.
Does Tuesdays seem to work best for people?
Tuesdays are fine.
Do you have that?
Yep.
You can get the time off?
I think I can get the time off.
You two are all set for Tuesdays?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking the 28th, Mike, of February,
Yep,
2 o'clock?
28th of February, because that'll be the deadline, so I'll have Lisa send it out that we want any submissions in by noon time on the 28th, so then she can put them in our packets.
The trustees of the library do not meet until the 28th, and we meet at 5. So, and the trustees would have to vote on submissions from the library, I think.
Okay, I'll have Lisa reach out to Justin and see if he anticipates having anything in submission for they only meet once a month?
Yeah, but we got messed up with the holidays, so.
No, that's fine. No, I'm only asking out of fairness, because
Yeah, yeah.
within
Usually
the
it's
last 2 weeks, I told Lisa to give her these instructions. So if you only meet once a month, it's not fair to say, well, you missed it.
Yeah.
So I'll have Lisa reach out to Justin and see if he's going to, anticipates having anything that he's going to bring
Yeah.
into us.
Okay.
Will they meet in the evening, Ellie?
No, 5 o'clock.
Oh, 5 o'clock.
A Zoom meeting.
Yeah. So the 28th at 2 PM works for everybody? Everybody have a conflict? So then we have the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th of March. We want to just stay on track and meet once a week until we wrap it up?
Sure.
Yes? Ken? If we get it done sooner, we can just cancel the other, just won't post the other meetings. We did our minutes the last meeting, so we don't have any minutes this meeting to do. We haven't received them back yet. Excuse me for a minute, I'm just going to grab that. I want to see the list and just to see if anything changed on our list that we had on in 24 and 25.
Kent, when's the new fire truck coming?
Hopefully, let's see, what's today? I would say within the first or second week of March.
Where is it as we speak?
It's in Rehoboth, being fit for mounting from the tooling.
In Massachusetts? Or there probably wouldn't be another Rehoboth in the world, would there?
I
There's
think
a
there might
Delaware.
be.
Is there?
Yeah.
One in New Mexico.
Is it Delaware?
I thought I saw Rehoboth somewhere else, and I made note that, well, that's weird, another town is actually
I
made.
did my student teaching in New Mexico.
Oh, really?
So that's how I know.
Good. The first Chesbro in the USA, or not USA, was kicked out of Rehoboth.
Rehoboth, Mass.
Yeah.
For being naughty.
We'll have to do it
Yeah, and then
on the next.
And then he went and discovered Stonington, so that was pretty cool.
So Mike, what are you saying about
Changing.
something's
No, nothing's changing. What I was just curious about is, just out of curiosity, on the submission that came from buildings,
Yeah,
I think some of these are on the list, if not all of them are on the list. I was just curious where the numbers were, because the truck changed by, what, 50,000, and then the sidewalk plow thing went up 38,000 or some foolish thing. Just curious where we're at with that. Matt's got to figure out, town administrator needs to figure out what our actual budget is for capital this year.
So Mike, I noticed under the building, the HVAC,
Yeah.
it's on 24 here, but it's in 25 here. Or less money in 25. Unless it's split
The,
up.
oh, the air conditioning units right here?
So under the one we just got today, it's 200,000,
Yeah,
but under FY '25, it's 85,000.
that's quite the difference.
And it shifted up a year.
Yeah, well, it's just a request, so it's no different than what we've been saying to everybody else. It needs to be justified in order to move things around, because everything that's on the current list, we felt last year that they really need to be done, so it's kind of hard to change them around.
So if something from capital or something from building that we got today is still in one of these years that we did a year ago, then we've sort of addressed it then, is that right?
Ask that again?
So for instance, here we have municipal first floor electrical, same thing, same amount.
Yep.
So if what they put in, what they gave us today is on what we did last year, then we can sort of cross that one off, or do you want to move it to another year?
No, because, well, I don't want to, I'm kind of hesitant to move anything out of 24 and 25. Because they were urgent enough to get on the list to start with.
Yeah.
Moving an item up from 25 to 24 and then increasing the price by the cost, not the price, the cost by 115,000. We don't have any room for it. Because we already have, it was 163,000 over the 1.1, if that's what we end up with. Then that's the big answer. And once we have that finalized and official what we're going to get for the budget, then we can make that decision. But if it is at 1.1, where we started off at 160,000 over, and then we added the request, and we didn't add anything. The request came in another $90,000 higher. That could be catastrophic for something, because it may push it right off the list if you can't afford to do it. So. It's going to be a tough process this year. I think we get through the next meeting, get the rest of our results in. In the meantime, I got to get an updated list so I know exactly what it is. And then, did we have a master list last year with all the stuff on there that we used to go through to create the 5-year plan? Because we were going through things and we were picking different things, like the tables.
Yeah, we had that scoring process, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a
Yeah,
safety?
oh, that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do that again this year. So what I'll do is I'll
I thought that was
ask,
in the packet last week.
well, it was just a sample that was in there last week.
I made notes.
Maybe it'll be helpful for us if I ask Lisa to give us a copy of last year's, so we'll refresh our memory as to how we scored that. Or you want to start from fresh?
I think it's just a template, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we had scored them to figure out where we put them.
Yeah, that. Must do,
Yeah.
should do.
Right.
Yep.
That's the score and priority on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so
I think all we
that's
did
the
was
one we had
created a
before,
list.
and then we broke it up.
Yeah. I think we did a whole list, and then we just went through and scored, gave our number for each one of those categories, and we totaled them all
Right.
up.
Yeah, because the priorities go to the departments, and the score goes to us.
Right.
I had to make two different lists, because it got too confusing, because they went in different directions as the
As a
score
number.
priority, so we shouldn't be thinking about priority, that's the departments, and we're just scoring them.
Mike, is the one from cable, is that I don't see a cable thing on it.
That's just a formality, right?
No, none of that's on there, so I had asked Pat before the meeting started about the cable stuff, and what he did is it's nothing for an immediate thing, it's stuff that's coming up down the road.
Okay.
He just gave it to us so we had it, just for future reference, so that way it's not a surprise, oh, we didn't even know this was coming. There's so many things on the list, it's hard to keep up with it. How many years did you go, Chief, without having anything to use for capital?
Well, we had a couple of years, Shirley, maybe 2010, 2012, when Mike was still here, that we went through the process, but there was no money.
There was no money, yes.
So we went through the process and scored everything, but there was no
Right.
money.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff's been on the list since then.
And I'll throw this word out, RISD report. That thing is 20 years old now.
You're right.
And it used to be mentioned all the time.
I know, every meeting. You know, I've never seen it, but people would
Haven't you?
refer to it.
Oh, I have. I've memorized it.
Matter of fact, I think I was on in 2002 or 2003 for a couple of years,
Yeah.
and they were talking, it was sort of new then.
Yeah.
But that's when Mitch was still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dear Mike, if I may. One of the things under building maintenance, I think that's what we just got. And there's for 2024, the elevator wing roof replacement. And I believe with building and facilities is supposed to be getting an RFQ for the overall roof.
Yep, for
This-
the main roof and an alternate for the elevator roof.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but the main roof isn't on here, but that's a
No, the main roof's
special-
already been voted at town meeting
That's
and
true.
appropriated.
Yep.
So,
But is
what
there
was it?
enough?
well,
No.
that's why the elevator roof is put on as an alternate.
Yeah.
So this is just a running item.
Yep.
On there for that roof
True.
until it's
Because we may be able to
spec'd
get
out and
things
priced
better
out, we won't know where it
priced.
is.
Did he include the fire alarm system in there?
No, not
That's
until,
fallen right off the radar for
Right.
this building.
Right.
but,
Well, Matt told them to pull it until the roof was fixed.
Oh,
it is on the building and facilities, but it's on a hold until the roof is fixed.
because there's already a portion of the money that's already allocated.
Yes.
It's like 135.
I don't have it with me.
Yeah, we started off at 28, remember, then we went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
meeting again and again and again.
Yeah, because we
Now we're
kept
up.
getting different input.
Yeah,
And it's even harder now to get quotes, because by the time, you can't predict where this supply chain and all these problems.
everything changes all the time.
And you must see it too, just with wood and plywood and
It's
things like that.
totally ridiculous. The air conditioning, they call the line sets, the copper lines that go to from the outside unit to the unit inside. A 50-foot roll used to be $185, $187 to be exact. I just bought one the other day, it was $315. I'm like, did you look that up right? Just crazy.
And most of these quotes have a period that they're good, and it's not long, it's usually like 60 days or something like that.
That's
You'd
right.
be lucky if you get 60.
Right.
Okay.
So, I don't know if anybody else has anything else to add. It's kind of a short meeting, but we had set it up that I'll have Lisa send a email over to Justin, see if he's going to have anything that he may want to present. I think it's only fair that we give them until the first meeting, the 7th, to add on to our list, where they didn't have a meeting ahead of time. And we're going to meet on the 28th, February 28th, and we'll keep a tentative dates of March 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. And we'll use whichever ones we need. If we get through it quicker, then we can skip out on the last ones.
So if I may,
Yes.
if we have a couple of committees listed each time, if we could know, so that we could be productive.
Oh, no, we're going to do that. So
Okay.
on the 28th, when we meet,
Yeah,
we'll look at whatever submissions we have, and then as a group, we'll say, all right, we want Ben to come in, we want Ken to come in, we want Ally to come in. And then we can set up the meetings that way, and then we can just zip right through it and get them done.
okay.
What we'll do is, if we're going to give the library until the 7th, we'll put them on that agenda to present at the same time. So that way we can make up decisions quicker. I would have preferred that everybody submitted prior
I know.
to March, so that way we could just take a couple meetings, go through our process and be done, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a flood of people next week
Yeah,
that
but
want to
that's,
come in. Huh?
to me, it works, it flows better. I mean, this is just me.
Yeah.
If we know that there's 2 departments coming in.
Right, but we're in
Time.
presenting
Who?
phase right now.
Yeah.
So we could have not met at all and just
Yeah, I hear you.
wait until the 28th, but I think that would have just hurt us because then
No.
we wouldn't have had time to
I hear
at least
you.
get our head around some of this stuff.
I agree.
We would have wasted 1 or 2
As long as we
meetings
know
just trying to digest it. This
it's-
way here, we can just get to work in March and be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Motion made by Shirley, seconded by Mr. Vandenberg at 2:30. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.